Welcome back to the Acer Teamstory Cup. This is Rifkin, having a blast. Perhaps the first time in a long time I've actually been enjoying solo casting. This has been a lot of fun. These have been some really good games. And as you can see at the top right, before we even get anything started, 3-3 is the current score between both of these two great teams, Team Liquid and Invictus Gaming. I think a lot of people in chat, when we started the day today, they're like, look, this is going to be a quick 5-0 sweep. Tasia's going to take this. He started it off strong with a 2-0, but Max said, XiGua, Jim, we've had a lot of good players come out of Invictus Gaming, but currently in the lower left corner of the map, he is blue. He is Zerg, and his name actually means watermelon. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you XiGua from Invictus Gaming and his opponents. In the upper right, playing for Team Liquid, spawning that magnificent red colored is none other than Rhett. Now I think Rhett has been impressing the world, guys. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. He was a player who kind of, I think, fell off the radar for a little bit. A lot of players were like, look, Rhett, big deal, not a threat. But as we've seen, not a threat. Sorry, I had to squeeze that one in there. But as we saw between yesterday, between already today, Rhett has been playing like a man on fire. I cannot wait to see Rhett start participating in some big tournaments. I want to see him take the gold, so to speak, in whatever he plays next. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. XiGua is not a player to be messed with either, guys. He's a really darn good player. He's been playing since the beta. I had the pleasure of not casting, but watching him play some of the beta cup tournaments as well. But sadly, being, you know, from China and Invictus Gaming, he's not someone who participates in a lot of the regular events I cover, you know, whether it's the Zotac Cup, the Go for StarCraft, or whatever various event it may be. Very excited to see how he's going to do in ZVZ versus Rhett. This is a matchup, though, that I don't feel anyone comes in too comfortably with, because, look, you might be secure and comfortable with your Roach versus Roach fights. You might be really good at Mutalisk versus Mutalisk, but if your opponent beats you in Ling and Baneling before you can even get to that mid-game stage... Sorry, I have to close a window here. Anyways, if your opponent can beat you before it even gets to that mid-game stage, then none of that is relevant. And Rhett appears to be coming across the field with a lot of lings, ladies and gentlemen. Speed is on the way. XiGua could be in some trouble. Natural hatchery, not going to be canceled just yet. Queen is on the way. He's got actually this really nice nook. He's positioned his spawning pool very effectively. He can put the queen between it and have only 2 lings attack him at a time. Spine crawler's coming down as a bit of a precautionary. He doesn't know just how much is coming, but this will be absolutely necessary as this is a huge amount of lings that Rhett is dedicating to this, guys. 5 lings on the field to the 13 of Rhett. Well, actually, doesn't count because there's a queen up too, but looking at the actual units counting station, we can see it's 18 lings to 4. Gonna lose a couple here in the middle of the field. XiGua has to be very careful. In any other scenario, in any other matchup, losing 1 or 2 lings like this, not an issue, not a big deal. But in ZVZ, when your opponent is pooling a ton of lings and he's got speed and you do not, even losing 1 or 2 lings can cost you the game. XiGua is going to try and get his Baneling danced up. He will most likely lose this hatchery, guys. There's almost no way he's holding this. On the ramp with the Spine Car and the Queen. Oh no, he doesn't prevent the surround. The big thing on this ramp was keeping Rhett from pushing past. He did not... Oh god, without doing that, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He can pull drones all day if he wants, but if he doesn't fight near the Spine Crawler and this Queen, he has no chance of holding on. XiGua is going to lose his Baneling nest too. A second Queen is coming out. And, oh my god, 8 lings are going to come out, like, literally, guys, seconds too late. Broodling's Queen. I mean, he minimizes drone losses, but they're not mining. He saved them, but they're not doing anything after being saved, so... Ling's going to get outclassed, outnumbered. Spineclaw not going to be able to do anything, and XiGua is going to go down. Oh no, maybe not. Hang on, hang on. Drone's now back to work. Was a little bit worried. He's definitely taking a lot more heat than he can afford, though. Last couple lings will be taken out. Queen can actually finish up what's left on the field, on this half of the field at least. And Rhett has been comfortably macroing behind this. However, Rhett doesn't have his natural hatchery down. XiGua is now getting 12 lings out. This counterattack could be enough to try and shut Rhett down. However, you guys must keep in mind, XiGua has no speed behind this. These lings, if they do march across the field, they're going to have a hell of a time doing anything. Spinecraw now being rooted down as Rhett tries to re-secure, or sorry, not Rhett, rather XiGua tries to re-secure his main. And Rhett with the Queen on the ramp, it's low, but not going to go down. So we'll live to see another day. Baneling nest on the way, but... yeah, the drone count for XiGua a little bit behind. Let's not forget, Rhett, in order to make that happen, didn't make as nearly as many drones as his opponents. But yeah, here comes the the charge. And I say charge in big air quotes, guys, because of course this is slow lings. I don't know. This is going to be rough for XiGua. He can definitely get in here. He'll have the baneling advantage. Red is trying to get his own baneling nest down. I think we'll see some pretty even baneling trades, but the big scary thing, of course, is without speed. I mean, it's on the way, but without speed already on the field, it's going to be very difficult for XiGua to maneuver past the Rets. Sorry, not the Rets, but rather the banelings of Rets. Actually, I don't even know if he can get past the Ling numbers in order to make the banelings. Ret coming out here and going to just massacre. Ling's going to try and retreat to the banelings. But, of course, 10 Lings to 9, 2 banelings to none. And 1 queen on the field. Baneling's now coming to on the ramp. Try and get us round off here. 1 baneling connects, but not perhaps the best connect in the world. It does allow XiGua to kill the queen, though. And that's actually kind of a big deal. Because Red was not only behind on his hatchery at the natural, he was also behind on, well, now is going to be, I should say, behind on larva injects. XiGua trying to protect that baneling. Nice micro. Does dance it around to see another day. Red charging across the field, though. Couple banelings are waiting for him. Spinecrawler is down. XiGua, who definitely started this game in a rough spot, it's kind of evened the game out, I feel. A lot of this is because Red, of course, dedicated heavily to this early game aggression, but neither player ready to make that next stage yet. We do have a lair on the way for Reds. Oh, man. Nice baneling on the ramp, catches a lot of those Lings. Lings, of course, very tentative to attack these drones as there's a baneling hiding within them. And it looks like he will be driven out of the base. Ooh, pop does go off there. If it had, like, maybe a second later, he could have caught the retreating Lings. That would have been massive, actually, but... yeah, XiGua and Red keeping it pretty even, guys. Resources lost. Yeah. 1,100 to 1,200 were actual physical units lost on the field. I mean, it's kind of interesting to consider, Ret. You know, you open up with an earlier pool. You these banelings. 3 will come out for XiGua. Gonna have to maybe not pop one. We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be close. Okay, 1 does get canceled, but 2 banelings are enough to connect to those drones if you can get them in here. But of course, there's 2 banelings of Ret lying in wait. No Spinecrawler down just yet. This is going to be an opportune moment for XiGua to get in here. But oh, baneling's going to cancel banelings out. Great hits out of Ret. And with 2 queens, he should be able to hold this with not too much issue. But XiGua will get up here. He'll scout that lair. He sees 4 gases, and he might just be smelling Mutalisks. Spire is going to go down. Can XiGua go back and get the confirmation? Looks like not going to be the case, but he saw enough. And a seasoned veteran like XiGua. Oh my god, what a beautiful baneling connect! Doesn't do enough to allow XiGua to go back in for another scout, but a great connect nonetheless. Anyways, XiGua being the seasoned veteran that he is, I'm sure he got it there. He saw the gases and sniffed out. Yep, looks like Mutalisks. Third base on the way for Ret. This is really the key thing, since both players are going Mutalisk versus Mutalisk. How do you pull ahead? We all know 1 Mutalisk can win you the game. You know, 19 Mutalisk versus 18. You'll win that battle, but... you gotta have the gas. You gotta have the production to pull ahead and get that extra Mutalisk on the field. And what we have here is a big dedication of Lings. XiGua is gonna run across the field. Overseer will confirm the Spire coming down in the base of Red. And if this third base goes down, oh, it does go down. XiGua is now getting his own third base up. Does have to protect it, though. Can't dedicate too much to this. If he does, he will be in a lot of trouble. As again, this is how you pull ahead in the game. It's not about throwing your Mutalisks into these little clashes, these little skirmishes. We've all seen this matchup before. We know it's about that death ball amount of Mutalisks. And it's really hard to gauge if your opponent has more Mutalisks than you. However, if you know your opponent has taken gases almost 3 minutes later than you, you'll know you'll have more Mutalisks. So as long as he protects this, alright. XiGua with some really great micro can shut all of these banelings down, quite frankly, with little to no issue. But yeah, so his base will be up ever so slightly faster than Red's. Not significantly so to buy him a victory already, but interestingly enough, we have XiGua making a single Corruptor. Now, this is an idea I actually took the time, like, what was it, back in... oh no, XiGua wanted to go across the field and pick off that third base, but no longer can. Snoot was actually nice enough to answer me this question way back when. And I said, like, look, when Mutalisk versus Mutalisk was really relevant, why don't we have people incorporating some Corruptors? You know, if nothing else, to soak some damage. And a big problem was, it's slow. It's not going to maneuver around the same way the Mutalisks will, but if you're in a head-on fight, the Corruptor will soak a lot of the damage, and it'll dish out a fair amount too. This could also have just purely and simply been a misclick, but we'll see if XiGua can utilize it. Meanwhile, he does have to protect his third base for the time being. Gases are not going to get fully saturated, and Mutalisk will be fighting on top of a Spore Crawler. Oh my god, Rhett, you got to be careful of that, man. But okay. Oh, actually, was there no Spore Crawler? My mistake. I thought there was a Spore Crawler. I am retarded. Anyways, Noodles are going to clean up the overlords around the map. Gonna get the map vision stripped away. Supply blocks are at, albeit just barely. And they're gonna come in to the natural. No spore crawlers down. Mutalisk count on the field right now, by the way, is 12 to 14. So unless XiGua takes a fight over top of a queen, he should be okay. Especially with a corruptor in addition to this army. Again, it's a little bit of an odd thing to see, but if he takes a fight right here. How many Mutalisks to that? Yeah, XiGua definitely has a superior number. He's got that corruptor. He can certainly take a fight and win it. And look at that, focusing, soaking 3 rounds of volleys. XiGua will knock down the Mutalisk of Rhett, knocking him down to 6. However, Rhett did not dedicate too much in this. Oh, I take that back. Rhett has dedicated a bit into this. Going for the weapon upgrades, getting more Mutalisks behind us. That was not something he could afford to lose. Going to lose a queen too. Oh dear. Going to actually apply some link pressure on the other side of the field as well. Try and knock down his opponent's mining, but of course, XiGua going to be doing the exact same thing. Third base of Rhett under assault. Natural base of Rhett under assault. Mutalisk versus Mutalisk. XiGua still has the numbers, and that's what really matters in the end. But these drones are getting slaughtered. 31 workers killed this game. Rhett is going to call the GG. And XiGua will make this 4-3 for Invictus Gaming, rather, over Team Liquid. And for those who don't know what that means, it's at the point now where Team Liquid is on match point. They can resurrect one player from their roster to come back at this stage of the game. We're going to hop out of the score screen, and we're also going to run a couple ads while we get the next match set up. Thank you again, one and all, for tuning in to Base Trade TV. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we'll be back in just a moment.